I'm very excited for you all to hear from our next speaker, our Director of Media Production, Cecilia Skurski. Cecilia has been with Impact for about 9 years and has built an award-winning full-service media production team from the ground up, really focusing on creating high-quality and engaging content for Impact as well as our clients. On average, she creates over 350 videos each year, ranging from commercials to animation, testimonials, anything you can imagine. She's extremely passionate about marketing, but specifically focusing on always educating herself on new ways that consumers are engaging with video content in order to stay ahead of the technology curve in the film industry. Keep an eye on your raffle tickets because you can get a chance to work with her team. And without further ado, here's Cecilia.
So good afternoon, and thank you guys for coming. Today, I want to spend some time to talk to us about video marketing. So video marketing is something I'm sure that you guys have heard about. Maybe you're even leveraging it as part of your marketing strategy today. So what does it take to have an effective video marketing strategy in today's day and age? And what should you put on your radar as marketers and as business executives thinking about the future of video marketing? What I want to start with is, first and foremost, why? What's the why behind video marketing? I look at a lot of these benchmark reports that come out when it comes to video marketing for B2B companies and B2C companies. And what I'm seeing is every year, companies continue to take that leap in investment when it comes to video marketing. So if you're someone in this room who hasn't yet taken that leap, I want to talk to you about why it's important for you to recognize why you should take that leap. Because in today's world, the future of digital marketing is here. So video is no longer a nice to have for an organization. It's a must have. When you do it right, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we dive into what effective video marketing looks like today. But when done right, it allows you to achieve business goals that you set and you see a return on investment. Ultimately, it allows us as marketers and as business owners to effectively allow us to tell our brand stories through brand credibility, educating our customers on content or products or services that we are selling, boosting social sharing. All of these things allows video to effectively do that in place of other marketing tactics in combination of that. But what I want to hit on more than that in terms of from the business perspective, why you should invest in video marketing, but also from the marketing perspective. We just hit on that in terms of you're going to achieve your goals, you will see ROI, but ultimately it comes down to that 91% of consumers want to see more online video content from brands. So if you're in this room and you have dipped your toes when it comes to video marketing, and maybe you're not seeing that success that you want to see from it, and you're thinking, well, I'm spending all this money when it comes to video marketing, but I'm not getting the metrics that I want to see. This statistic tells us, which I pulled from the Wise Owl benchmark report in this year, 2023, that your consumers are actively seeking video content from you as a brand. So if you are not considering and putting video strategically placed throughout the sales and marketing funnel that Mike and Stephanie took us through earlier this morning, you're actively missing out on your buyers. But what does effective video marketing look like today? There is content flooding channels everywhere. We see this, we are on social media, we are watching streaming platforms, whether that's through Hulu, YouTube TV, Comcast. Everyone is actively seeking and consuming so much content when it comes day to day. So how are you going to stand out from the noise? And what does effective video marketing look like today? And it starts, as always, with a strategic foundation. And what I want to hit on here and really draw out is when you're starting to build or improve your existing video strategy, what are the things that you need to pay attention to? First and foremost, what are your business objectives? Are you trying to retain talent? Are you trying to recruit more talent? Are you trying to tap into new markets? Are you trying to bring in more sales in your existing markets? Identifying those business objectives up front. And maybe it's a few of them. Maybe you are trying to hire more talent and venture into new markets. Whatever your business objectives are as a business owner and an organization, taking that and then diving deeper into, now where do you need to promote your video content? Where does your audience live? Are they on social? Are they on YouTube? Are they watching TV a lot? Whatever your main audience and the channels that they are touching, ensuring that that is worked into your video strategy plan and creating plans that dive deep into it. Optimizing for conversions. This is something that Mike and Stephanie hit on earlier in their presentation about the importance of the sales and marketing funnel. And ensuring that you're setting up your content to take your buyers on that journey. And when it comes to videos and optimizing your video content for conversions, it's ensuring that you're able to gain insights based on the metrics that you're capturing on how did someone come to your video? How did they find the video? Was it on social media? Did they watch it through a commercial that aired on TV? Ensuring you have it set up so you can see the buyer's journey. How did they get to your video? What did they do next? Did they look at a competitor's thing next, which you won't be able to see because you don't have access to their data? But did they drop off, or did they go to the next step that you're trying to get them to? This will allow you to take a look at your strategy plans in place. Are they working? Where you have video placed at that buyer journey, is that the right place? Should it be sooner or later? So being able to set up your video content so you can track that conversion and how people are getting to your content and where they are going after that. Analyzing performance. This is huge, just like with anything, right? So ensuring that you're taking time as a marketer and a business owner to draw out insights from the metrics that you're able to capture through your video content on the channels that you're promoting. Are you hitting the mark? Are you seeing the engagement you want to see? You invest a lot of time into video creation. When you think about the strategy behind it, when you do your research, when you film the video, when you put it together and post, a lot of time is spent on it. So naturally, we want them to form and even go viral, right? That's everyone's goal, to go viral. So taking time to consistently analyze your performance and drawing out those insights from it. What type of content are you seeing that's performing very well on LinkedIn, but that same content's not performing well on Instagram? That gives you insights when it comes to building your strategy on the type of content that should be on different channels. So I'm going to hit on this very briefly because we did get a great detailed presentation of this earlier. But I have the funnel up here to display in the three main sections: awareness, consideration, and decision. Why I wanted to show this to you guys today is because every video has a specific job and purpose. And as marketers, it's our job to meet our buyers where they're at and appeal and tailor our messages to them based on where they're at in the journey. And what I mean by that is, let's say I'm taking a case study video, which naturally is a decision level stage piece of content at that bottom of funnel. But if I'm promoting it up top for awareness, you're not appealing to your buyers. So it's important to identify the videos, the job and purpose you're trying to get that video to do, and strategically placing it into the proper place of the funnel. So let's dive in. Let's take a look at the top of funnel. Consider the awareness stage. Listed out here on the screen, you can see all of the different types of videos that fall into this bucket. If your business objective is to expand into new markets or continue to grow across the nation, you're going to want to put your content out there everywhere, right? Awareness is where you do this because who we're targeting at this point in the funnel are people that don't necessarily know of you as a company or as a brand. So we need to take that knowledge, knowing that the people we're going after at this point in the funnel don't know who you are. So videos such as brand films, commercials, educational how-to content, explainer videos, this type of video content lives in this space throughout the funnel. But what I want to draw out here is some tips for you when starting to think about creating video content to live at this point in the funnel. Social media channels and streaming is your place to be. When you are creating awareness type of videos, this is where you want to live. Because, and I came across this, the number one reason why people watch videos is to be entertained or laugh. The close second to that is to learn something. So if you're trying to engage new buyers and people that don't know you, what they are doing on their free time is watching video content to be entertained or to learn something new. So taking that insight and knowing why people watch videos and tailoring that message to where your audience is at in this funnel. And you take them on that journey. Okay, so I'm about to play this video, and this is an example of an awareness video. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but before I play it, this was a video created by the Dollar Shave Club, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. It was a video promoted for the Dollar Shave Club, and it was created in 2012. Yes, that's a long time ago. That's over 10 years ago. Well, let's take a look.
I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I showed you a video that was created over 10 years ago. Well, the reason why I wanted to take time to show this is, yes, the Dollar Shave Club put this out on YouTube ads only, specifically was the channel they put this on. What they were trying to do was they have a lot of large competitors in their industry, and they wanted to stand out and bring in a lot of that market share. And when they launched this video on YouTube ads, it has gained over more than 28 million views. And within the first 48 hours from when it posted, it brought in 12,000 new orders. That's an effective video. Within 48 hours, they got 12,000 new orders. That's insane. So what did they do right that other marketers are not doing? And I want to take some time to, if you will, share their secret sauce that they use. First and foremost, it starts with research, right? I talked about that. When you're starting to evaluate, look at your existing video strategy. If you don't have one, when you're going to be building one, it all starts with that research up front, right? So they did that. They knew their specific audience they were trying to capture. And for this ad specifically, who they were trying to capture was men who like simple yet quality razors and men who like to save money, because their product is a perfect fit for that audience. So they established that in their research and identified their audience. And in the video, they matched their message to what they found about their audience. The focus was on them the whole time, not about Dollar Shave Club. There's a short intro to the company. So we're talking about right now videos strategically placed at that top of funnel awareness stage when people don't know anything about you, nor do they care to know a certain amount about you. At this point, they don't care about the history of your company, and that's important to us, right? When we're creating content as marketers and investing in it from a business executive side of things, you want to tell your story. You want to talk about everything you bring to the table, right? But knowing that at this point in the funnel, your audience doesn't care about that. So they tailored their message to what their audience cares about, which is in blindsight, it's something that's going to be entertaining, or what are they getting of value from your video? Are you challenging their thinking? That's what's going to reel them in. It starts with an instant hook. This is something Anthony hit on to kick us off this morning with the fact that humans right now have a shorter attention span than goldfish. That's crazy. We look at that stat maybe 3 years ago, it was higher. So attention spans keep getting shorter and shorter because these channels are flooding with content. And they started with an instant hook. When it comes to video, you have 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds to reel them in, or they will keep scrolling. It's when they are at this point in the funnel, when they don't know about you, you have 3 seconds to grab their attention. In this video, they anticipated the audience objections, which they learned when they took time to do the proper research up front. They knew that based on their specific target audience that they were going after, they cared about quality, they cared about price, they cared about ease of use. So they anticipated that in the story that they told in the video. Ultimately, they sold you on transformation. Features don't sell, transformations do. You can have the best product and the best service with all of these features built into it, but you need to tailor that message and sell them on transformation. How is that going to benefit the viewer? How is that going to benefit your consumer base? What are they going to get out of it? How is it going to make their day-to-day easier? Selling them on transformation. The focus was on them, not Dollar Shave Club. Again, in that 90-second to 2-minute video, which is a longer video these days, they focused on the audience. And in that, they had 10 seconds where they talked about themselves. They focused their whole message on the audience to keep them engaged to the end. The call to action, it was clear, right? We need to ensure that we are continuing our viewers on that journey, thinking of that funnel. Where do you want them to go next? And building that into your call to action so you're prompting them. Does that sound of interest to you? Is this something you can benefit from? Check out this. And keeping them within that funnel. The promotion strategy. So you can create a great video, you do all the right things, you hit on all of these steps in the secret sauce of Dollar Shave Club videos and why they perform so well. But if you don't have a proper promotion strategy in place, it can get missed. There's content everywhere. And someone on my team, Sam, he's here today, he's running around taking photos, but I actually watched something this morning that he sent me. And it was very interesting and goes along to this point of, there was this brand that posted a reel on Instagram. They posted it once, it got okay engagement, it did pretty well, but then they posted it again and switched the edit and ended on a different call to action, and that went viral. It was taken from the same video, they posted it twice instead of once, and they went viral. And let's say they didn't do that, they wouldn't have gone viral. So I want to hit on that promotion strategy because when you're thinking about putting your content out there, things get missed all the time. If you're not ranking on Google pages or you're not bringing them in instantly through your video, they're missing it. So as part of the promotion strategy, in addition to the channels that you're posting on, repost it, repurpose it, restructure that message based on the same content and repost it so you can get the most and draw out the most engagement and success from your videos. Okay, now let's talk about the middle of the funnel. So let's say from that Dollar Shave Club, they capture their audience, right? They got 12,000 new deals from that one ad. Now this is where they are in the funnel. They're wanting to learn a little bit more about you as a brand now. So the types of video content that you want to promote at this point in the funnel are videos and email. So if you have newsletters going out to your existing client base or your prospects, ensuring that you're working strategically video into those emails. And a stat I want to call out here actually is that there's a 25% increase when you just add the word video into your subject line. So if you're someone that sends out newsletters to your client base and you work in video into that subject line, you can get a 25% more chance of someone clicking on it. So the problem and the challenge in the awareness stage is capturing your audience's attention, knowing you have 3 seconds to do that. When they're at this point in the funnel, you still have to continue to nurture them and to get them to click on your content, right? So if you're sending that through email, a good tactic to leverage is inserting that word video into your subject lines. This is where people in the funnel want to learn a little bit more about your products and your services and more about you as a brand. They're intrigued. They want to know how you started, how you came about, how you transformed as a business. Some tips to keep in mind at this point when you are creating video content to live at this place in the funnel is continuing to encourage them to click on your content, but showcasing real stories that showcase your clients, that showcase experts on your team. This is when people want a little snake behind the curtain. They want to know who's behind the product, who's behind the company, who's behind the brand. They want to see faces. They want to see what you're about behind the curtain and behind those beautiful ads that we focus on during the awareness stage. But ultimately, here we can't make it all about us because we're not meeting the mark. They're not sold on you as a company or a brand yet. You have to continue to market to them. So how do you balance that? Awareness is all about your audience, 10% about you. Consideration, I would say it's pretty split. They want to know a little bit more about you, so you can take that time to work that type of content into your videos. But they want to know how what you have is going to impact them or help them. How is it going to change their day-to-day? How is it going to change their job? How is it going to change the way they purchase something? So tailoring your message when you are creating your product and service videos, not so much on the features that your product has, more of how what your product has will allow them to do differently. All right, bottom of funnel. So this is the deepest part of the funnel. This is where we can put our heavy weighted content and they want to listen to it. So naturally, videos that are placed at this point of the funnel are longer. So we know in the awareness, they're very short. You want to keep them to 90 seconds and left with an instant hook within the 3 seconds. But when it comes to bottom of level, they're still curious to learn more about you before they make a decision. They may have some other options at this point, other people that you're competitors with that they're evaluating throughout this funnel as well. So the content that they're seeking at this point in the funnel is hearing in depth from clients. What were their success stories? What challenges were they having? How did your company come into the picture and help them? And what results have they seen? Frequently asked questions. I'm sure you guys get many of the same questions asked when you are talking about your product or your service or your software or ultimately what you're selling. Leverage that insight. You're getting insight directly from people who are in this funnel and what they want to know more about. So that tells us as marketers, we should create content around that because it comes up all the time. And we can work that into our emails and send it to them directly. So identifying common asked questions when it comes to your business and creating video content around that. And of course, tutorials and demos. So in consideration, you talk about how the features that your product and service have that will benefit your audience. Now they want to see it in action. They want to see how it works, how it functions, so they can get a sense of what they're buying into. So these are the types of videos that you want to focus on throughout the funnel. So today, what effective video marketing looks like is having videos throughout every stage of that funnel. And we talked about how every video has a specific job and purpose. So if you're spending a lot of time on awareness videos and not many of the others, it's to take a look at that. Dip your toes into it, try placing videos at each point of the funnel so you can start to track that journey that your viewers are taking, how they're getting to your videos, where they're going to next. All right, let's dive into the future of marketing. Essentially, what the future of marketing holds is building upon what effective video marketing looks like today. And there's content everywhere out there. So there's a lot of things listed out here on the screen behind me. These are the things to pay attention to, even more so looking ahead and building your video plans going forward. Vertical and short form videos will dominate. These are already dominating the space on all of your social channels. And I actually want to point out that vertical content performs better than horizontal content on social media. And we're going to continue to see that. So picking up on not only what your audience wants to hear about from you, but what those channels are seeing success with, what Instagram is seeing success with, what LinkedIn is, and making sure that you're having proper spec videos for those channels. And continuing videos throughout the funnel. This was hit on earlier when Anthony kicked off the event as well, but personalization will become even more important. And I'm going to show you another video, last one for me, and let's just dive into it and we'll talk shortly about it.
I am not a witness here to call you in for the things that you done or the thing that you did. I am not a raincoat here to keep you warm. Then go back in the closet after the storm. And I'm not the shadow of anyone you've been. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end. All I am is a friend, your friend to the end.
All right. So I'll put some context around this video. This was a commercial that McDonald's created for their Canadian market. And why I wanted to take time to show you this is because of how it ends and what you guys see here on screen. The commercial was done, they cut the lights, and you see what that looked like on set. So not only does the future of marketing hold continuing upon creating compelling storytelling and working that strategically throughout the funnel, but also on the technology side. We learned a lot today about AI and how that's transforming the marketing industry and how we as marketers and business executives can take advantage of that. Technology is also changing the space when it comes to film production. And this came about, this technology referred to as LED virtual production, really hit the film market in 2020 during the pandemic. That shook the economy at whole. And that specifically put filmmakers in a tough spot. How can they continue to create their films with everything going on? So this is what really when about this technology came into place. And you may be familiar with it, some of the popular brand films out there from Disney Plus, such as The Mandalorian, the new Lion King movie, those were filmed on LED production stages. And why this is important for us to analyze and look at when we're talking about the future of marketing is because it's starting to venture out. We're seeing it now in commercials. And I challenge you guys to think about that when you're watching TV. How do you think that was produced? Because a lot of the ones that we're seeing now are produced on LED virtual production stages. All right, so I'll leave you with a few things here listed on the screen. We talked a lot today about, first and foremost, why video marketing is important. And what does effective video marketing look like today? So as a business owner, as a marketer, you're looking and staying ahead of the curve. So my challenge to you is continue to invest in creative, compelling storytelling and high video production. because that is how you're going to continue to stand out in the future. Videos and content in general is everywhere. So how are you going to stand out? It's through compelling storytelling. It's through immersive experiences, which in that commercial I just displayed about McDonald's, it's fully immersive. That video we kicked off the event with today, that was created in Unreal Engine, which is the software used to display on those LED screens. So viewers are wanting to be more immersed into the content that you're creating, and you can leverage that through virtual production and through virtual reality. Use video across all channels. Maybe you're focusing on one or two areas, but knowing that funnel that we talked through, there's different channels within each stage of those funnels. So start to venture out and put your video content on more channels that maybe you haven't, and just see what happens with it. You'll analyze the performance. Oh, I never thought it would perform well here. So just dipping your toes into not only experimenting with new video formats, but also new channels that you may not be on. And then as always, taking that time to analyze and refine all the way from the start. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you.